you underestimate how clumsy we are.
No, but you guys are movers, right?
That is why we are.
So maybe while talking, you might do a move like,
The glass right off the table. Yeah.
What would that move be?
Just.
It would be like the Pathini, I don't care. Hey, Sri Lanka, this is Yasmin Yusuf with another edition of Decibel Podcast. And this time around, I have
Sasuni.
Sandarangi Pereira.
And I'm Sahani.
And they're here because maybe you can say it together. And a 3, 2, 1.
Pathini. Which
do
is
a
a
better
dance
chef.
production.
And a 1, 2, 3.
Pathini.
Hey, Pathini, because female celebrations.
Yes, absolutely.
And man, firstly, how are you guys?
Doing good. We've been pretty busy with rehearsals, I guess, but it's been pretty good, going pretty good.
Yeah, doing
you need to
really
get
good.
close.
Yes, sorry. It's been very exciting preparing for this show. It's in a week, exactly in a week. So next week this time we'll be backstage, getting ready, doing all of that. So yeah, we're really excited and looking forward to it, and we're doing good. Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing good. I think we're all excited for the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excited as like a.
No, it's
Excited.
yes.
Woo!
Let's do it.
Whoa!
It's gonna be a good show, you know.
No, I'm sure because last year you guys did the first edition of Pathini.
Yeah.
And it was so well received, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this year also it's going to be a bigger show, like a much bigger build up on it. And I feel like it's an important message to get out there as well, because we're excited for people to come and see as well, because it's a lot, because it's a much needed topic that has to be spoken about in today's society. So I feel like this show captures everything in just one.
Yeah.
Who is this Pathini and why Pathini?
All right. You mean like the name of the show and why we
Yay.
selected it, right?
Because I always thought it was like a character you had. I mean, not the deity per se, but like maybe a different character who has similar traits and energies.
So Pathini, we chose the name Pathini because, as you might know, she's a goddess, a widely venerated goddess that is very present in South Asian culture, traditions, religion, all of that. And she's often seen as this idea of what the perfect woman should be, right? But if you actually read her story, which when I was doing my research for Pathini, I was very confused by some of the things that I read where I don't want this to come across like offensive. I'm not trying to offend anyone or any religion or any deities. But there was this one part of her story where her husband actually cheats on her multiple times, but she's so devout to him and she takes him back every time. And so it's that kind of story, and it made me question, so why does society really deem this as the perfect woman? So my role as a woman is to always accept all these things, be patient, and just be obedient, basically, right? To no matter how many unjust things are done to me, I have to stay silent because it's my role as a woman to just take it gracefully. And to me, it's like, no. We shouldn't have to do that, right? So why I decided to name the show Pathini was, it's almost like a bit ironic in terms of taking this idea of what, for all of us girls growing up, what we're taught as being the perfect woman is everything from the way you walk to the way you smile, laugh, talk, dress, sit, dance, whatever. Taking all of that and questioning it. And the show is very much about daring to say, all of those things are great, that's fantastic if that's what you choose for yourself. I believe that every woman has the right to choose for themselves who and what they want to be, and this show is very much about that. So whatever the perfect woman means, it's a very individual thing, and you should be whoever you aspire to be regardless of what society thinks you should be, and that's what this show is about.
And then there are like parts where you break this down. Is this a story that is broken down in dance?
So it's more of like an overall theme where we discuss different topics within brown culture. It's not, despite the name Pathini, it's not like a very religious kind of performance. But we definitely tackle a lot of different topics, everything from colorism to sexual harassment. We take all of that, but it's also very much a show about showing these struggles, but also showing how strong brown women are, how resilient we are, how badass we are, you know. Because my main style of dance is commercial, and it's a very fierce, very confident style of dance. So it's, you know, there's a lot of contrast going on here as well. And but we have a few moments of where we've infused Kandyan and Bharatanatyam as well.
Whoa.
So a little bit of, it's very interesting. So a little bit of classical dance going on, but infused with a lot of commercial. Like we have a finale where we're dancing in heels. So it's, so it's a whole package of a lot of different things. So everybody should come see it. There's something in it for everyone, and you won't be disappointed. It's going to be a show to remember.
No, I can imagine. Like the first one was just like, man, I remember the day after the show ended, I kept saying stories after stories after stories. It was just praise, 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 praise. And I can only imagine what this edition will look like.
Yeah.
So how different is this edition to the last?
Right. So we decided to kind of dive deeper into some of the topics. And last year's performance, if I'm not mistaken, was 40-ish minutes. I think it was about 40. This year we've extended the show a little bit as well, so it goes on for about an hour.
Because you've built stamina.
Yes, I hope so.
Say that, I guess.
We just kind of dove a little bit deeper into some of the topics, and there's a very interesting piece in this year's production about colorism, which I think a lot of South Asian people are going to be, not just women, I feel like even men are going to be able to relate to it. There are some new additions to the show in general. But on top of that, even some of the choreography, we've introduced some new pieces. And so it's gonna be as good as last year's performance, but even better, I would say.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So for something like this, man, how long does it take for you guys to like put all those heads and heels together and be like, yeah, this is what we need to do? But in months, how much is that?
I mean, for her, I don't know. I think she was planning this like long before she even asked us if we want to be a part of it. But I think we've been practicing for 3 months now. Yeah. And it's been amazing because it's not just about practicing, because this show is like a personal experience to all of us as well. And like we have shared a lot of our personal experiences, and if you come and watch the show, you will obviously see that as well. So it's like it's coming from within, like here. It's not just like you're just practicing it for the sake of doing a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what like sets it apart from other productions as well, because it's very personal to all of us. Like it's, you know, it's very captivating as well. So I think it's a good production in a sense that it's just, you know, it's a lot going on, but the fact that it's personal is something that's sitting really heavy with us as well. So yeah, it's going good.
I actually came up with the concept in 2023, so around June, July. There was this dance retreat organized by the German Institute and the French Institute, Voices in Motion. And this was like a 4 or 5 day retreat, and that's when the idea for Pathini first came to me, because that experience just changed my life completely. It was so amazing, where they kind of encouraged me to talk about these ideas that I was sharing. Like we would have these group discussions, and so I would talk about these topics, and the mentors there, they encouraged me to maybe write it all down, create it into a monologue, which we performed at a work in progress kind of production. And it started with that monologue. So this happened over a year ago. And after doing that piece, after doing that monologue, my head just started to go, oh, we can expand it this way. And in that moment, even when I performed that monologue for the first time, it felt like something that I really wanted to share with my group of girls, because I know this was something that all of us were very passionate about. We feel really deeply about this. And yeah, just starting from there, the ideas just started to flow, and it just kind of, it was one of those things where it felt right. This needed to be said and it needs to be done now. Like, this is moving through my body and I need to like get it out there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? And so the original, like the Pathini we did last year, it was put together in a matter of weeks, and the rehearsal process, I think, wasn't even 3 months last time. 2.5.
Yeah, I
And
think.
we only had a cast of 5. We managed with that. We had an additional 3 dancers added to the finale. But then since then, since we did the performance, the response was amazing, and a lot of people said, they could really relate to it, and more people wanted to see it. So we decided, why not? We'll bring it back this year. We'll explore it further, expand it a little bit more, and so here we are now. Yeah.
Woo! In 2024, with like the
Yup.
biggest one from your camp.
Yes.
So, what are 3 things that people don't know about what goes into a production like this, as dancers and as people who plan this out?
I think a lot of hard work, definitely, because it's because the rehearsal hours are very long. So it's like you have to be able to want to do it as well. So
Is it like a day job?
No. That's what, like, for us, it doesn't feel like a job to us, because it's something we're all passionate about. So we want to be there, like we want to be a part of it, and like we're pretty chill as well. So it's not like intense, but like I think when it gets down to it, we also know what needs to get done. But the bottom line, the fact that we're so passionate about it is what's making this show what it is. So I think that's something that's really nice. That's, I don't know.
But Macham, when you look at Sandarangi dance, oh my God, I get exhausted just by looking at you, because I'm like, oh my God, dude, all that energy. No, but look, man, I'm unhealthy. But when I look at you, I'm like inspired, but also I'm like, what lies? She is lying.
I'm fit, I'm not healthy.
Nangi, right? No, but
will
dude,
see
like
the
I have
aftermighty.
seen you on set. I have seen you do so much. It's like sometimes I'm just like there, like in awe and wonder. Like even some of the clips you put, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, if I did that, there goes all the bones in my body. I'll be
Just
like,
come for a class, try it out sometime. It's really fun.
what if I break my bone?
You won't, I promise.
I feel like everyone in the tribe has broken some sort of bone, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it.
No broken
What
bones.
have you broken?
Just like
No, not as in like okay, not broken bones. but
Minor
like, yeah, minor
injuries.
injuries. But yeah, it's worth it.
I
though,
don't
it's
have
worth
any
it.
yet, touch wood. Everybody touch wood, now be oh my gosh. Not after the show either.
Yeah. And two more things.
Definitely, I think the athleticism that is required to be dancers and pull off a production, because this is very different to the kind of dance performance you would usually see. This is like a 1 hour piece, and almost like that full hour we're constantly present, so you don't really get much of a break, you know. So there's so much that goes into it in terms. I feel like people don't realize or recognize enough how much dancers put their bodies through to be able to create, you know, what we do for this art form. And also because of that, I wish people treated dancers with more respect and actually saw how difficult it is what we do. We love what we do. We're so passionate about it and we absolutely enjoy it. But it's still something very difficult. And I wish this country saw that more and appreciated that more and valued dancers for what they bring to the table.
And we should have a proper bunch of dancers, including you, man, just to talk about dancing in Sri Lanka someday.
I would love to. There's so much to talk about.
Dude, we shall. So goals after the show, okay?
All right, let's do it.
Third one, I think as much as you have to physically prepare yourself, you have to also mentally prepare yourself for this show, because it can be tiring for your body, but also because she said, we are passionate about it, we have mentally prepared ourselves that we need to do it because we need to get this message across, and it's something you will go home and it's something to think about after the show. That's the message that you're gonna carry with you.
Yeah, no, because a lot of people, when it comes to dancing, they're like, oh, so it's just movement of body. What does it do? Because not a lot of people understand what it means to be a dancer, what it means to really tell a story through that art form. So I guess in a way, a lot of people misunderstand what it is and what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So hopefully this could be an eye-opener for the first time.
We hope so, yeah. Just like you said, I feel most people, they see dance as a form of entertainment, and that's that.
I'm wiggling my limbs.
Yes, because a lot of people do treat it like that too, where you'll just come on a stage, you do, pretty costume, pretty moves, all of that, and
also,
then you
no
go
thanks
off
to
and
TikTok.
that's it. Oh my gosh, that's a whole other conversation.
Oh my God, but we need to talk.
Let's do it. I'm
about
so in. Let's for sure
No, but
do that.
first, most important points.
Yeah. And so I feel like people kind of don't see dance as something beyond a form of entertainment. But with shows like this, what we want to showcase is that this is not just something we do for your entertainment or something we do just because it's fun. To us, it's so much more. This is how we express ourselves. This is how we get through our bad days. This is how we get through our trauma. This is our therapy. And I wish more people understood that, 'cause especially in Pathini, we talk about a lot of heavy and very raw themes in there, and we do that through dance, right? And even in creating this show, I'm not gonna lie, it took such a mental toll on certain days because of how heavy some of the topics we were talking about. There were so many days at rehearsals, because even before doing the choreography, there's a phase of where we would just sit and talk about these topics, because that's how we get these raw and emotional stories to come out. And like she said, it's very personal. Each of us has a personal story within this show that we're sharing with the audience. And some of these things was not easy to talk about for some of us, including for me. Some of the things that I shared with the girls, it's not something I'm ready to put in a show yet, but it was the first time in my life after 20 years that I was even able to talk about it and be like, this happened to me. And that was very difficult, because up until that point, I didn't even realize that I've kept this so hidden and I've never spoken about this thing that happened to me. And in terms of that, the creating of this show was very heavy, and it was very raw and emotional. Some days were difficult to get through, but in the end, that maybe us speaking up about these things would also encourage other people to do the same. For me personally, I know because I spoke about it, opened up to the girls about it, I feel so much lighter. Even though I might not in so many words say what happened to me, even the fact that I'm able to say, okay, something happened to me and we spoke about this, it's huge for me because I wasn't able to do that before, and for each and every one of us, I feel like we've shared so many stories like that with each other. And I know for a fact, every person who's going to come see this show, every woman, they're going to have a story similar that they're going to resonate with, just same thing, different context. And we know it's that sense of connection you get to build through that as well, through that movement, through telling our stories in making other people feel seen and heard, and it's a safe space. We can talk about these things openly. It matters, so we're really glad we're able to do that through this show as well.
And tickets are out?
Tickets are out. They're on tickets.lk, so you can purchase them online. And we hope more people purchase and come watch the show. Yeah.
And it's available at the gate as well on the day?
Tickets are only available online.
Okay.
So even on the day, hopefully they're still available. You can come get, but we encourage you to always get your tickets
what if
early
it's
on.
sold out? Yeah, then sorry.com.
Yes, so please get your tickets early on. Yes.
So on a completely different note, how has TikTok affected the perception of actual, the art of dance?
So much.
It's because again, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. People think dance is such a simple thing, and that is because they see these people who aren't dancers do these trends on TikTok, and they do it so easily, and everyone's like, oh, it's not a big deal, I can do that. But if you're a dancer, it's a completely different situation.
A professional dancer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So unless you know about it, unless you know about the sport, it's not as easy as it seems. Because even for us, you can do a TikTok dance, but can you do it professionally is the question, because it takes a lot to do it as a career or to pursue it professionally. So I feel like that misconception needs to be broken away, because it's something that people heavily believe in, and that's just not it.
Yeah, I think not just TikTok, also social media in general has given this impression of dance being such a simple thing. And look, it can be in moments of when you're just doing it for the joy of it. You're at a party, you're vibing with your friends, dancing with your family, you're having a good time. And it very much is that too. That is one part of dance where it's simple, it's just fun, you enjoy it. But there's a difference between dancing for fun versus dancing professionally. There's a huge difference, right? And I feel because of these videos that people see on TikTok or on social media, even let's say on Instagram Reels, even the videos that we post, you see 1 minute of class. 1 minute, right? That's the 1 minute we choose to post. But everything that goes on behind that 1 minute, like the half an hour warm up, I have so many people who come to class and they can't get through the first 3 minutes of warm up because they come to class expecting it to be as simple as a TikTok. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they expect it to be such a easy breezy, lemon squeezy kind of situation. And the second they're finding it difficult to keep up, they quit. They don't want to try any harder. They don't want to push themselves. And these are sometimes people who say, yes, I want to be a professional dancer. I want to pursue this. But sweetheart, you can't keep up with a 3-minute warm up. How are you going to keep up on a 12-hour set?
Oh, 12.
When we do music video shoots and stuff,
You're
on set for 12, 13 hours. How are you going to do that? Rehearsals go on for 7 hours, and that's intense, 6-7 hour rehearsals. Right? So dancing should be accessible to everyone. Absolutely. I don't think there's anything wrong with TikTok dances and trends, and it's fun. It's nice to do with your friends. You do that. That's all good. But I just want people to understand that there's more to dance than that, especially if you're going to do it professionally. It requires so much more conditioning, so much more knowledge, experience, actual training, a lot more investment into the craft than just picking up a 5-second routine that you see on TikTok.
And here's a fun fact about the three of them. Pem Kakula, Pem Kakula, Pem Kakula, Pem Kakula.
I wasn't actually in the video, but I choreographed it.
But you were in the video, right?
Yeah, it was, I think that for me, it was the first time doing such a big project, so I was excited as well. And I feel like that experience helped me understand more what, being a dancer is. Because we do classes often, but we very rarely get to be a part of music videos. It was a good opportunity for us, and I think I speak for everyone when I say this, that it was a nice experience. I just don't have words to say it, because it was it was fun. It was all in one, and of course we wouldn't be there if it weren't for her. So we are very thankful for her, because she's the mastermind behind all of it. So if we hadn't joined her and if she hadn't taken us under her wing, I'd feel like we'd be lost to this day. So one thing I have to say is that I'm very grateful for all that she's done for us, because if it weren't for her, we wouldn't be here as dancers. So she's helped us, come to a certain level in our career as well. So I think, yeah, it's been a great journey. Yeah.
Take a compliment.
I didn't even pay her to say that.
It is true, even for me, because I was doing it for fun, right? Like, I was just going for her classes, and I thought, okay, I can just do it for fun. Maybe I cannot be a professional dancer, but she's the one who pushed us, and like, even for me, that was the first commercial project that we did. And I didn't know that, like, okay, I could do that. Like, she pushed us to limits that we didn't think we could go to, and that is something that I'm still grateful for.
What was it? It started at midnight and went on till 7, right?
The shoot. No, that one actually was quite well planned. Yeah, it started early morning, but they gave like a very specific. That was the only shoot I think I've been to where they said we're starting at this time, ending on this time, and they actually did. Because usually it goes on for way more. But I think we were still on set for like a good 7-8 hours, including hair and makeup. I think shoot itself went on for like 5 hours, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So dancing for 5 hours, yeah. Sorry?
Was it Waz who reached out?
Yeah, DJ Maz was the one who reached out first. Yeah.
Wazni. I was on about Wazni.
Oh.
Yeah, Wazni. But that's cool, man.
Yeah.
And so what's next after this big Pathini thing?
A bit of a break because I am driving these ladies nuts at the moment at rehearsals. I can be very intense at rehearsals, as they know. I'm chill in class, but at rehearsal you see the other Sandy. She's not nice all the time.
I'm gonna miss it. After the show, it's gonna be like whatever our lives come to. Like
the post-show blues are gonna hit us
depression
hard.
just like gonna hit us.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some other interesting projects that still haven't been confirmed, so I can't talk about them yet, but hopefully they come through and we log these things in. But I am already planning another production for next year, August. This is the first time I'm saying it out loud, so I'm announcing it for the first time here. But yeah, so next August we have another production coming, and maybe soon after this I'll start working on that, and we'll start rehearsals in like another couple of months. Yeah.
So cool, man. So cool. This has been such an amazing conversation, Machans. And is there anything that you want to add in closing?
Just that just that people should come and watch it, because it's gonna teach not just like women but girls a lot of resilience, confidence, and it's gonna be a lot they can take out of. And it's a really good show, so if you don't show up, you're honestly missing out. So yeah, just come watch the show. It's a good production.
Come, Warang.
Honestly, that's all I have to say to you. Just come, come watch the show. I guarantee people that they will enjoy it. It's going to be a very unique experience, and definitely an experience that's going to stay with you. And also just, come support your local artists, be a part of these things, encourage your local artists by being a part of events like this. And we would really love it and appreciate it if you guys came through. Yeah.
Yeah, the same thing basically. Just come and be a part of our experience, which is going to be amazing.
Hey, is there like a slogan for this show?
Sorry?
A slogan or a chant?
Fierce, fearless, feminine.
Barang, check it out. 23rd of November at
the Pani Bharata Theatre, Pani Bharata Theatre at the University of the Visual and Performing Arts at 7 p.m.
Now you know. No excuse.
Yes, come through.